What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Today is day 4 of BRANDuary, and BRANDuary is all about building our personal brand from the inside out, starting with the habits that shape who we are and ultimately who we want to become. So today I want to talk to you about building the habit of being coachable. I'm sure you've all heard that phrase that knowledge is power. It's not. That's bullshit, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how that relates to being coachable. Let me ask you a simple question. Why is America the most unhealthy, obese country on earth? There is no shortage of information or knowledge about how to be relatively healthy and fit. There is no shortage of personal trainers, influencers, online programs, podcasts, research, and data done in this country, available in this country on how to be healthy and fit, yet we're still the most unhealthy, obese country in the world. Why is that? Well, there's a simple answer, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. The answer is that too many people have become knowers but not doers. They know what to do, but they don't do what they know. Let's go inside and talk about this. All right, so here's the deal. Knowing what to do but not doing what you know is the exact reason why knowledge is not power. That old saying, it sounds good, it feels good, it sounds smart, but again, it's not true. Because if knowledge was power, then everybody who reads books, listens to podcasts, or watches YouTube would be living incredible lives and achieving all their goals. And we know that that's obviously not the case. So what this highlights is the difference between being teachable and being coachable. And it's a clear example why being coachable is the real habit that can change your life. Here's why this matters so much. Look, knowledge is great. There's nothing wrong with it. But nothing changes until you apply what you've learned, until you apply your knowledge. You can know what to eat and still be unhealthy. You can know how to lead and still be a bad leader. You can know what discipline looks like and still be inconsistent. So until knowledge becomes a behavior, until you apply it and act on it, it has zero power. In fact, one of the things that happens is people become what I like to call professional information gatherers. In other words, knowledge becomes a hiding place for them. They read another book, they take another course, they listen to another expert, and it's not because they need more insight. It's because they're avoiding taking action. Learning's a very sophisticated form of procrastination, you might say. So here's why this distinction really matters, and I want to dive into this a little bit deeper. A lot of people, again, are teachable. They're curious, they're open-minded, they like learning new things. And that's great, but here's the difference. Being teachable is mental. Being coachable is behavioral. Being teachable means that you can learn. Being coachable means that you're willing to implement, to apply, to execute on what you've learned. You're willing to take your knowledge from being in your head to being something that you act upon. Being teachable means you say, that makes sense. Being coachable, you say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to implement. I'm going to execute. Being teachable expands your mind. Being coachable will really rewire your life. And that's why so many people stay stuck. They keep upgrading their thinking, but they never upgrade their habits or their actions. They agree with all the advice, they just don't implement. And that's why being coachable is the secret. Being coachable is the habit. Look, being coachable isn't hard, but it is complicated. It's complicated because it threatens people's egos. To be coachable, you have to be willing to admit, I'm not where I want to be. I might be wrong. My current way isn't working. And that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. So being coachable means you let someone else see your blind spots. It means you let feedback mess with your identity a little bit. It means you're willing to feel awkward, exposed, or incompetent for a while. That's why people prefer learning over changing, because learning feels productive, changing feels vulnerable. So here's the shift. Being coachable isn't a personality trait. It's literally a practice. It's something you can practice and get better at. It's a habit, and that's why we're talking about it. Being coachable is the habit of seeking feedback, implementing quickly, reviewing honestly, and then adjusting without crashing out. So you're not defending, not justifying, not explaining. You're just trying, testing, and tweaking. And that's how real growth actually happens. Not in leaps, but in reps. So circling all the way back to the top, no, I'm sorry, knowledge is not power. Only applied knowledge is power. It only becomes powerful when you implement or execute on it. And applying what you've learned is being coachable, and being coachable makes you effective. If you want to grow faster than anybody around you, build the habit of being coachable. Not just someone who knows, but someone who does. So guys, I hope you got value from this video. I hope you got value from day 4 of BRANDuary. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for me, and we'll see you tomorrow.